So today I will explain some more concepts about the way of life, or as we say, the Bhagavad Dharma also. So listen to it carefully. Sri Sukhdev said, O king, having thus logically and convincingly explained the path of the Lord, the Bhagavad Dharma, and also after liberating him, Ajamila's life, from the noose of Yama, they got him released from the clutches of death. The messengers of Yama, who were thus discomfited and expelled, approached God Yama and faithfully reported the whole matter to King Yamadharma, O vanquisher of enemies. So we are going to meet Yama himself to give an answer to why the Vishnu Dutas are entitled for going away, taking that particular soul with them. So let us try to understand. So these Yamadutas, they approach their master. And when they approach their master, Yama, they ask him the reason why they were sent packing away. And why is it that the Vishnu Dutas were able to release Ajamila from the bonds? They had tied a noose around him from Ajamila's neck. So the question which they ask Yamdev is, what is this dharma that they were talking about? So can you explain to us? The answer was very funny, because Yamdutas should be knowing why they have come to take this person. Is that correct or wrong? Yamdutas are coming straight from Yamaloka. So they should be having a clear understanding of the subject, isn't it? So they should know what is dharma and all. Why is it that they don't know? Every day you get deliveries at home. These deliveries are coming from Amazon, Flipkart, Zomato and Swiggy and hundreds of other apps. Now let us take Amazon delivery boy. Do you think that boy has understanding of anything? He is given the object, whatever is to be delivered, and the address is given, and he is only supposed to deliver the goods over there. Now you are expecting that boy to understand policies and things connected to Amazon? I don't think he will have an idea. Does he even have an idea where these goods are coming from? And why they should be picked up, for what reason, or what they should be given delivered to? He has no idea. He just got one slip saying that delivered to XYZ. So these Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas are also the same. They belong to a group where they were just given instructions, go pick up this character. Think about it. In your own life, you may be a CEO of a company. You may have access to all information. But a downline of yours, somewhere, who is a very small person in the company, do you think he has access to all the data of the company? I don't think so. Correct? It's very natural, isn't it? So in the similar fashion, these downlines have no idea. So I asked a very simple question. Everybody says, I want to go to heaven. I want to go to heaven. I want to go to some place. Okay. Now I want to ask you this question. Do you think God Almighty knows who you are? Do you think Jeff Bezos knows that there was a delivery executed in some place? He doesn't need to understand and know all these things. So you are gone over there in heaven to enjoy, or to hell so that you can be tortured, or whatever the hell that happens in hell. That is all that you have gone there for. The masters of the heaven and the hell are not even interested in knowing you. And once that particular debit and credit is over of the hell or the heaven, you are sent packing back to earth, wherever you come from. Are you getting the point? They are not connected with you. They don't have any understanding of who you are. And there are standard set of laws. There are standard sets of rules. God doesn't look at every individual and say, oh, this person, he did like this. There is a whole chain of people there. Now let us say you want to stay back. You say, I love the heavens. I want to stay back over there. I will ask you a question. If you have gone to a particular place, if you have gone to a hotel and you want to stay over there after your last date is over, do you think they will allow you? No. Or let us say you go to a restaurant and eat a meal over there and don't pay for it. What happens? You might have to work in their kitchen, isn't it? So you are made like a slave in the heavens or in the hell. So don't be under the impression that God is going to be kind to you or something like that. You are staying in heaven, you are going to be made one of the minions. You know what a minion is, no? You are not going to be taken care of the way you think you are going to be taken care of. Understand this. Common sense will tell you this. You don't need knowledge for this. You have seen in the material world how you are treated. So don't be under this grand image that heaven is a beautiful place and everybody is going to enjoy over there. Nobody is going to enjoy. What are the people from heaven supposed to do? They have a lot of jobs to do. And if you are a person who likes to run away from work on earth, you think in heaven they are going to allow you? So this is an understanding you need to get. So don't be under this misapprehension that heaven is a place where I am going to be comfortable. Who does work in heaven? AI does it. Huh? Robots are there. So don't be a nutcase and think that heaven is a place where all the AIs are working, all the robots, they are doing the jobs. Nobody. You are supposed to do the job. You are just a small fry in that whole thing. Nobody knows over there who you are. And if you really want to take the attention of the dear Lord, then you can imagine the amount of effort that you need to put in just to draw his attention. As if, Donald Trump knows you or Narendra Modi knows you. Nobody knows you. Please understand this statement of mine. So I hope you get the point. So these minions from Yamaloka, they go back to their boss and they ask him the question. Being completely extricated from the nose of Yama, the Brahmanas overcame his fear and became his own former normal self. Feeling delighted at their sight, he bowed to the servants of Vishnu with his head. Perceiving that he is desirous to speak to them, the servants of the Lord Vishnu instantaneously disappeared on the very spot where he was looking on, O sinless king. Now, let us come back to Ajamila. Ajamila, he is very happy. The Yamlokas, the Yamdutas are gone. And he is very pleased with this because the Vishnu Dutas have come. Now he says, let me ask some questions to Vishnu Duta, how he got them extricated. They got him extricated, removed from the clutches of Yamdeva, Yamdutas. But the moment he opens his mouth, those guys disappear. Vishnu Dutas, they disappear in front of his eyes. So he is standing over there. Ajamila also heard separately from the conversation of the messengers of Yama and the Vishnu. Ritualistic dharma is propounded in the three Vedas and based on the gunas as the fruit of this dharma. Celestial pleasures are the product of gunas and also the pure dharma pertaining to the Lord and transcending the three gunas. So now we are going to understand what Ajamila has thought. Ajamila is thinking that now I have heard from these two guys arguing on two sides. One side was the Vishnu Dutas, and on one side there were the Yam Dutas, and the Vishnu Dutas were giving them a peace of mind, saying that you don't know Dharma. And Dharma is what? This is what the Dharma says according to the Vedas. That's what they said, isn't it? So what is that Vedas Dharma that is there? And what is it that you are supposed to do? So what he is saying, having heard the great glories of Lord Hari, he immediately conceived earnest devotion to the Lord. Remembering his evil past, he felt deeply remorsed. Now he has heard these words from the Vishnu Dutas that whatever that you do, you have to be a devotee of the Lord. So in the end, when you take his name, at least you will get to go to his heaven. The sins of yours are going to get erased. Now when they say the sins are going to get erased, I told you yesterday, sins are not the same as karmic debts that you have. Sin is different, karma is different. Don't mix up the two. Karma is an action which is from the previous, from your old past lives. Millions of lives you must have led. Whatever that you have done in the past life, you are going to pay for it in slow installments. There is no immediate repayment, by the way. You may be thinking, okay, I'll pay in one shot. Doesn't come. You have to pay a lot of, damages to Karma Bank Limited. Got it? So there is nothing like a free lunch anywhere. So don't be under that impression that in one shot I'll make all payment. Doesn't happen. So karma continues. But sins from this life of yours, they can be eradicated by taking the name of Narayana, Lord. Correct? This is what we heard, isn't it? Now let us try to understand further. He immediately, when he hears these people, the Vishnu Dutas, he immediately says, oh my God, I got to take the name of God, Narayana. So he keeps on saying Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Got it? You understand? In our world, we have called this kind of people, chaplus people in Hindi. when they hear that the boss's name is very good, and if you keep on giving, them Amul butter is there. If you butter them up nicely, they will take you. So immediately he starts his Narayana mantra over there. People are like this. See, think on those lines. What does he do? He says he has heard this Vishnu Dutta speak. Now he says, oh, let me take the name of Narayana. Alas, how extremely deplorable it was for me, who could not subdue my lower self. And procreating myself in the form of son from a Shudra woman, I have desecrated my Brahminhood. See, think like this. When there are very, very high evolved people, they fall into the trap, okay, of a woman. Like you see in the spy movies, isn't it? Have you seen the spy movies? You must have seen that the spies, they infiltrate another country and they lure the politicians and the great people from the defense and other places, and they trap them. It's called honey trap. You must have heard of honey trap, isn't it? So this woman has honey trapped this person. He is supposed to be a great devotee of the Lord, and when she honey traps him and makes him fall for her, and then he has got so many children from her. Now he has been living with her for many, many years, Ajamila, we're talking about, and this lady. So he has desecrated his own way of life. Ajamila. Ajamila was a devout person, and now he has become entrapped in the woman. He doesn't remember God in any way. You may think this is a story of some other person. It's a story of everyday person, that is you. The moment you get entrapped with a woman, you are not going to think of anything else in this world. Because you are going to constantly keep on dwelling on her. And then you want to spend life with her. Then you want to get married to her. Then you want children from her. And once you have children from her, you are going to be entrapped with her all your life. This is a very common thing that happens. Human beings forget God in this aspect. They don't remember anything. Today's day and age, I hardly see anybody practicing any of the spiritual disciplines. We have come to a point in life, everybody is bothered about, that 2-minute fame of theirs. Nobody is bothered about God anywhere. So this is called the Bhagavad Dharma, and we need to follow that Bhagavad Dharma. We need to keep on constantly remembering about God. But doesn't happen. So what is he saying over here? So he says, I am very sorry, dear God, I forgot about you getting entrapped with this woman. Once you get entrapped, you are finished. See, in the initial stages, you are having a very good idea about her. And you are always in love with this woman. Same thing for a woman to be in love with the man. Very soon, very, very soon, it so happens that you may get married to this person, but the marriage itself is a disaster. Why? Because now you are only serving a servant, as a servant. So either the man has become a servant of a woman and the woman has become a servant of the man. Both don't want to disturb each other. If one says you have to go to the market, the other fellow has to take the thaili and go to the market. Thaili means a bag. It is very common. Oh, you want to do this, you have to do that. It happens. Then you are entrapped continuously. You can't get out of it. Yesterday we were doing a satsang on the Uddhav Gita. In Uddhav Gita, that person, the Brahmana who is talking about it, he says, I got so enchanted by the money, and then the money made me drag myself into doing some work, and then I got married, and then I got children, and I got lost in this world, and I completely forgot where God existed or no. So in the end, when that woman throws him out of the house, she takes away his property, she takes away his children, okay, and she tells him he can get lost. So then he goes to, he goes to penury. He doesn't have any money left. So when a person doesn't have any money left, and if you are a devout person, at least you will think of God. So the question which arose yesterday was, does everybody go through this? The answer is no. Only the devout people will turn to God. Who will turn to God? Only those who are devout will be turning to God. The rest of the people are material worldly people. The moment you become poor, you don't have any money, do you know what you do? You want to make more money. You want to do all kinds of wrong things in the world. And you are constantly running after, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money. That's what you will do. Where is God for that person? He is not a devout person. He is running after money. Till the end of his life, he is only going to be thirsty for money. You are like a beggar on the streets. I hope you get the point. The beggar on the streets is not taking the name of God. He is only interested in whether you can give him some money or no. So let us come back to the story. Flee upon me, who was condemned by good people as a sinful wretch, a dark stigma of my family. I, who abandoned my virtuous young wife and went to an unchaste wench given to drinking. An ungrateful vile fellow that I am, I have forthwith deserted my supportless, poor, aged, afflicted parents who have no relatives to protect them. Now it so happens that when you get in contact with a person, a vile woman, what happens is you throw your parents out of the house. It is like I told you last week that this is a very common practice. But imagine, even in this case, I have personally seen men, they go and they set up family. They buy houses worth crores of rupees. Their parents are left to the winds. They don't even send any money. They will come once in a year to meet them because it looks like an obligation to them. So they forget about their parents. And once in a while they will come and see. So it is a very common practice. Please remember that. It's so common practice with human beings that human beings don't care for their parents. And the parents are themselves very ugly people themselves. They are also self-centered to the core. I mean, when you have two wrong kinds of people, what is going to happen? I don't know. In the olden time, maybe it was a different story. So he says, on one side, I have abandoned my beautiful wife, the one that I got married to. Now I'm going around with another one. How many people know in India there are lots of people who do this? And abroad, so it is like a very common thing. The head of the state or head of the country or whoever it is will have many of these kind of people hidden somewhere. It's a very common practice. It's a very common thing. So forget about it. Human beings love to fall into the trap of people who entrap them. Okay. I, who am of that nature, shall obviously fall into the terrible most hell, wherein lustful violators of the path of righteousness undergo tortures inflicted by Yama. Was this a dream or was this a reality that I witnessed a miracle here? Where have the news bearers who dragged me out of this body today gone now? So Ajamila is thinking, naturally, with the type of things that I have done in all my life, you regret things. Initially, it is like you want to speak a lot of bad words. You want to do all the wrong actions. And you want to get into all the kinds of traps that are there in the world. Either you are thinking of yourself as a great person that I did this, I did this, I did this, or you are thinking of yourself as the worst person on earth. I never got this. I am worst person on earth. Nobody cares for me. Nobody takes care of me. I want to just go away. Those kind of things. Both these things are ego. One is called an inflated ego and one is called a deflated ego. By the way, it is easy to get rid of an inflated ego. You can put one pin and puncture it. But what happens to the deflated ego? Poor me. Nobody cares about me. I am the worst person on earth. Everybody takes care of everybody else except me. Everybody treats me badly. This is what people do. I have seen a lot of deflated egos. Inflated egos, some of them are there. They think no end of themselves. Every statement they will say, I know, I know, I know. The punctuation mark is I know, by the way. So those are the inflated ego type. And deflated ones are, I really don't know. I'm the worst person. Lachara, bechara type. So both of them are there. So he says, I got into this trap. Now I should be going to hell. So this is the deflated ego. Now, after doing all the bad stuff in the world, now he's saying I am a deflated ego. Can you see that thing? When I am correcting a person, that person doesn't want to be corrected. They think that I am some ordinary person telling them that you should not be doing this. Later on, they will come and say, you put me in some worst place. You don't even have to look at me. Can you throw me out of this life of yours? Well, do you think it is my job to correct or no? It is my job. I am a teacher. And if the student is not performing, the job of a teacher is to correct. If your son or your daughter, they go to school and the teacher says, gives them two pasting, or maybe says, you have not done this homework properly. The son or the daughter comes home and says, from tomorrow onwards, I am not going to school because the teacher is shouting at me and I don't know what to do in school. You will allow this child of yours to do that? You know the teacher means nice things, isn't it? She's a good human being, whoever the teacher is. But the child feels, oh, the teacher is singling me out and telling me I am the worst person on earth. Now, this is nothing but ego. Got the point? So here we have Mr. Ajamila performing this action. Again, where are those four beautiful looking siddhas who released me while I was being taken noosebound down to the subterranean region? In spite of being wretched person, there must have been some auspicious in us in as much as I had a vision of the foremost gods, and due to which my mind feels serene and peaceful now. Now, he saw those Vishnu Dutas. Those guys look very handsome. Maybe they look, all of them look very, very handsome, good looking, and all that. So he feels, that he has seen gods just now. Well, gods don't look like that. Who, by the way, who has told you gods look beautiful? I mean, I want you to think of it for a moment. For one moment, think of a god, any god that you want. Okay? And he comes and stands in front of you. Imagine a god with four heads coming and standing in front of you. You think you're going to say, oh wow, he looks so handsome? Or one snake dangling from him. You are going to be afraid of the snake. Common sense will tell you that. So it's a concept. Concept says the gods look very handsome and beautiful. Common sense, use your common sense. Okay. Next time you will come to know they come with some swords and this and that and all shining armor and all that. You are going to, pee in your pants, sir. Whether it is God or whether it is the devil coming to see you, you are not going to be happy about it. On the contrary, you are not going to like it one bit also. But the saying goes that he is happy to see them. Otherwise, the tongue of the impure sinner like me who kept a Sudra woman would have been capable of uttering at the time of death the name of Lord Vishnu. So he is now cursing himself and he's saying, if I would have known that this is such a beautiful kind of a place that I was able to go to, I would have been the very happy person. I would not have taken, enjoying this woman and having children and living a family life and enjoying and working for them and doing whatever that is possible. On the contrary, I would have taken Lord Vishnu's name constantly. It is only when you get into dirty situations, in horrible situations, in the worst case scenario, that you think of God. Look at your life also. Till it is going smoothly, till you are going to office and working properly, money is coming, things are happening, God doesn't attract you. God never attracts you. You are, oh yeah, we have to attend satsang. That's how you will see. Because if you don't attend satsang, at least the little amount of positive grace that you may be getting will go out of the window. And maybe that is the reason which attracts you. So let us come back to the story. So here in this case, what is happening is now he is thinking of God, Vishnu. Why? At the deathbed, when he saw those horrible characters over there, the Yamdutas coming, maybe the Yamdutas were really very, they had some good makeup on and all that. Okay. We have to give it to people like James Cameron to create those kind of creatures. So, oh, what a contrast between a shameless rogue and a sinner like me. I violated my Brahman rule and the auspicious name of the Lord Narayana. Now he is a self-pity mode. Have you seen people in self-pity mode? I see them every day. Every day of my life, I see people in the self-pity mode. Yeah, I am the worst person. I have done all the sins possible in the world. I am the worst character on earth. I don't know why I am doing this. You can please put me in some hell or some such place. What is that? I mean, imagine you are about to be, given some prize and something. And there you're standing, I don't know what happened and all that. What is that? Be happy that at least you are in the company of the Lord. And you got released from the hells. So we all have to understand, we have to see the upside. But these people are always going to see the downside of life. Yeah. So he is saying this self-pity mode. I am a shameless rogue. Okay. And I am a sinner. What am I supposed to do? I violated everything. I am the worst person on earth. I did all the wrong stuff in the world. Though I be such, I who have controlled my mind, cognitive and cognitive organs and breath, shall endeavor the way whereby I shall not plunge myself in the blinding darkness in the form of transmigration of the soul. So now he is afraid of transmigration of the soul. So he says, no, 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 let me take some little break. And let me go go to the heavens of Vishnu. Otherwise, I have to come back to earth again and live a torturous life. Correct? Having freed myself from the bonds due to avidya, lust, and actions binding the doer, I shall be friends of all beings serene, friendly, compassionate, and self controlled. Now that thing, the bulb lights up in his brain somewhere. No, no, no. What you say is correct. Like I have seen people will first they will come with their morus and sad face, oh, like that, and then I have to give them some pep talk. After giving them pep talk, they are a little bit, yeah, yeah, Guruji, yeah, Guruji, yeah, what, yeah, Guruji? This yeah, Guruji is a very great thing. Everybody does that, so don't worry, you are not an exception. Every person does the same thing. What is it that they will do? After this, I will never do like this. Whom are you telling? After this, you will never do. The next instance, you will do. You know that very well. You know you are dog's tail, isn't it? You know what a dog's tail is, no? If it is bent, it is bent. It's not going to straighten anytime. So accept yourself that you are a dog's tail. Be happy that you are a dog's tail. Okay? So, yeah. So, next, what happens? Then he says, so I am using all these organs of mine. I shall endeavor the way whereby I shall not plunge myself in the blinding darkness. So, one that. And then he says, because of avidya. I did not know about this. I did not really know about this. Before that, I never knew about this. Every time when some idiot comes and tells me these words, I have to ask them, are you married? Have you had sex? Anybody taught you? When you came on earth, did anybody teach you this is the way to breathe? You started breathing, no? You started eating also properly. Anybody taught you or what? People love to hide behind this. I was never taught like this. Well, nobody needs to teach you. It is a natural thing that comes to a human beings. Are you getting the point? Learning is a natural ability. If you are a nutcase only, then you will say, I don't know how to do things. Every time you know that if you have to do something, you have to do some kind of a preparation, things like that you have to do. But if you are going to keep on saying, I don't know, 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 then you are going to become I don't know only. Got the answer? Because you want to be I don't know. That is called avidya. Say I know, I will do it. It is possible. Everything is possible. I can learn. I will learn and do this and I will not make the mistake again. Always have a very positive attitude. Don't keep on saying, I don't know, nothing happens, the whole world is bad. Well, you are bad, not the world. You are the one who doesn't want to learn anything. You don't want to go ahead in your life. That is not the world's problem. That is your problem. Get over it. So he says, I have done all this because of avidya. I was a lusty person and I did all the actions which trapped me. So now from henceforth, I am going to be a serene person. I'm going to be a very peaceful person. I'm going to be friendly with everyone. I'm going to be compassionate and I will be a self-controlled person. See, think about it. This everybody promises. I'm going to be serene. From tomorrow onwards, I'm going to be very peaceful. Second, they will say, I will love everybody. Guruji, after this, I will not say anything bad to other people. I will all love everybody in the world. And then they will say, I'm going to be very compassionate with people. 2 minutes later, they are giving galis to somebody. They are as good as Maggie noodles. 2-minute noodle. After that, they are doing all kinds of wrong stuff. No, compassion is a continuous phenomena and self-control. That is also to be done. I shall liberate myself, who am completely possessed by Lord's Maya in the form of a woman, by whom, wretched as I was made to dance and play a deep like a deer kept for amusement. How many people think that they are like a deer kept for amusement? If I tell you all to raise your hands, and if you are in my class, everybody would have raised their hands. Understand this? Because you are like a person who is dancing to the tune of somebody else. Every person is a Shudra woman, by the way. Now, the term Shudra, don't misinterpret it. It is nothing but somebody who makes you dance around it. You got the point? So, yeah, somebody or the other has been entrapping you, and you have got trapped in Lord's Maya. Yesterday, I gave you all an example of Lord's Maya. The Maya is you only, nobody else. You take the right decisions, your Maya is not going to entrap you. You keep on doing your work, no Maya will come near you. You keep on taking the name of God, no Maya will come near you, because all wrong actions, wrong thoughts, wrong words, and wrong deeds happen because you are only entangled in your own mind, isn't it? Having given up the notion of I and mine and reference to the body, with my thought concentrated on real substance, I shall fix my mind on the Lord. My mind has been purified by singing of the name of the Lord. You know, human beings' first attraction is towards their body. I am sick. I am upset. I am angry. I am like this. I am like that. I. First is about I. Second is about their family and real near and dear ones. My son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my father, my mother, my house, my brother, my sister, my niece, my daughter, whoever. What are you getting into? Those are called attachment. What is this my? First, get out of this I and my concept. The only I and my is with God. These people are anyway going to ditch you. If you are a husband, your wife is anyway going to drop you like a brick very soon. If you are a wife, then your husband is also going to do the same. If you are like a mother and father, the same thing is going to happen. Your children are going to be with you few moments in time. After that, they will ditch you. Everybody does it. See, you will find that everybody does it. And nobody is out of this system. Everybody is within the system. We are all on this planet Earth, isn't it? So please take it from me. So, take the name of the Lord is what he says. In this way, through a moment's association with the pious, he felt a thorough aversion to worldly life, and freeing himself from all ties, he proceeded to Ganga Dwara. Now, what happens over here? Now we are looking at who? Ajamila. He got that 5 minutes with Vishnu Duta. And Vishnu Duta were able to give him some very good clarity. So always keeping the company of the holy is important, right? That is what he says. Just that little moment he had an association with the pious people. Settling down in the sacred place in Gangadwara, he took himself on the path of yoga. He withdrew from the worldly pleasures, his senses and organs, and concentrated his mind on the self. So now he has reached the heaven's doors. Now he's sitting over there, and now he's thinking of God only. He's thinking, I got to get myself liberated. Here, I should not get my family people and things like that. Okay, I should not be thinking how much money I made and all that. Here, I have to only think about the self. And he starts thinking about the self. This is Ganga Dwar, a place where the Lord lives. Yeah. Then he disassociated himself from the gunas, the body, sense organs, concentrating his mind, he fixed it on the Supreme Brahma, which is the essential form of the Lord in the embodiment of consciousness and bliss. When his mind and intellect was thus thoroughly stabilized in the Brahma, the Brahmana visualized before him these very male figures of Vishnu, that is the Vishnu Dutas, and recognizing them as those having seen before, he stood up and bowed down his head to pay respects. Now what happens? He sits near this Ganga Dwar, not like people who go to Saudi Arabia and sit over there begging. Okay, please don't do that. They issued statement saying that please don't come to this country and start a begging ball service over here. Pakistan, they land up over there and do that. So here you are in the heaven. Okay, you are not in some place. So in the heaven, think of the self and think of the Lord only. Don't think of anything else. So what happens? You get purified. What happens? Your mind and the intellect. Now I want you to think about this. What is he saying? When he enters the Ganga Dwar, he is with his mind and the intellect. So doesn't that tell you that this particular place is a created place? If you can enter the domains of this God with your mind and with your intellect, what does that tell you? It is a subtle body, isn't it? So you always enter the heavens with the subtle body. So the heavens are not beyond, they are here only. If you can enter it with the subtle body, then there is no such thing as it's a heaven or something like that. It's only a five-star hotel. Okay. So he meets these Vishnu Dutas over there. After that vision, he cast off his body at the sacred place, Haridwar, in the Ganga and immediately assumed the angelic form of the attendants of the Lord. Didn't I tell you that you have to become a servant of the Lord, an attendant of the Lord? That's what you have to do. You are not going to meet him by any chance, by the way, because you have come now. There may be other people who might have done real hard work over there waiting for it. Like people think that they will go immediately next to Krishna because they are very close to Krishna. Doesn't mean anything. You really have to work very hard to get inside the inner circle. Are you getting the point? It's not so simple. There is competition there also. Here on earth, there may be NEET examinations and all. There you think they're NEET. There's the worst examinations over there. Krishna's, all the examinations are going to be very tough. They want to see whether you really are in love with Krishna or no. Please understand this. Along with the servants of Lord Vishnu, the Brahmana ascended the heavenly car made of gold and proceeded to the heaven to the abode of Lord Vishnu. Ajamila, who had thereby deluged and violated all the religious duty, flouted his vows, and had thus fallen from Brahmanhood by his reprehensible act like stealing, etc., and was consequently being hurled into the hell, was released the very moment he uttered the name of the Lord. There is no better efficacious remedy to cut down the roots of sin for persons wishing moksha than the continuous chanting of the name of the Lord of hallowed feet. By having recourse to remembrance of the Lord's name, the mind is not attached to any acts of karma by any other expiatory acts. Except chanting the name of the Lord, it becomes tainted with rajas and tamas. So very clearly, this is a story of Ajamila where you understand that taking the name of the Lord is the way out of all your situations. You don't have to, do all the wrong stuff in the world. Be on the right side, be a righteous human being, be a good self, do all the right stuff that was mentioned in the previous verse. Be good to yourself. Take the name of the Lord constantly. So he says you are able to get out of this, all the sins that you might have caused. He who listens with deep faith and reverence the esoteric legend which is capable of destroying sins, who has devotedly recounts it to others, never verily goes to hell, nor is even eyed by the servants of Yama. However inauspicious the mortal may have been, he is greatly honored in the region of Vishnu. By merely calling out the name of Hari addressed to his son at the time of his own death, even a sinner like Ajamila attains to Lord Vishnu's abode. What should be said of a person who takes his name with faith and devotion? So here you may not take the name of the Lord with faith and devotion, but if you take the name with faith and devotion, you will get much more benefits. So we have come to the end of this chapter 2, and we will stop over here for today.